Hi, welcome to another pickup video. I'm going to show you a few things that I picked up in the last couple of weeks. Some of it is from eBay and some of it is from flea markets. And it's getting to be pretty cold here in Berlin, and the flea market season is pretty much over. But there are still some flea markets that are open all year round, and even though there's not a lot of stuff to find there, once in a while I do find some good stuff there. And one of the things I found is this PlayStation 2 game, Drakengard 2. I got this for €1, which is a really good price. It goes for a lot more on eBay. And I hadn't heard of the series before. I don't have the first game in the series, so I might wait with this one until I get the first game. But it seems like a really nice action RPG, so I'm looking forward to trying it out a bit more. Also, I picked up a Nintendo 64 expansion pack. Well, actually the expansion pack isn't in here, it's just a jumper pack. But I decided to pick it up anyway, because I have an expansion pack already, and this one is complete with the manuals and the baggie and all that stuff. So for 50 cents, I thought I kind of have to get it, so now I have a complete expansion pack with the box. I picked up some DS games on eBay. DS games seems to be going really cheap on eBay nowadays. I guess with the 3DS, okay, the 3DS came out a while ago, and I guess people are getting rid of their DS stuff to buy some 3DS games. I got this one for €1, James Pond. And this is a port of the Amiga game, the classic Amiga game. It was also popular on the Mega Drive. And I already have this on the Mega Drive, so I'm actually not sure why I bothered to pick it up again. It's a game that a lot of people heard about back in the day, and it was somehow popular. It sold really well. And it was one of the games that I really wanted as a kid. I remember I saw it on some friend's Amiga and thought it looked really great. It's got really nice graphics and a nice style, but it is kind of boring to play. It's quite a mediocre platformer. I think it has to do with the level design. There is something weird about it. So I'm not really sure if it's worth picking up the DS version, but when it was just no one had made a bid for it, and I decided, okay, maybe I'll pick it up and give it a try. Also, I picked up these two games on one auction on eBay as well, and including shipping, they cost €5 together. So I think that's a really good price. There is WarioWare DIY, which is not really a game, it's more like a program to design your own mini games. And I've heard some good things about this, so I'm looking forward to try this out. And then there is Trauma Center Under the Knife. And this is an Atlas title where you play as Dr. Styles. You're a surgeon and you have to operate on different patients, and it comes down to being steady with the stylus, has time limit, and it's a really addictive game actually, and it's really a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend getting this game. I went on a train journey from Berlin to Cologne. It's about a 4 to 5 hour train journey, and on the way there and on the way back I was playing this almost the whole journey, and I finished the whole game during the train journey. So it's a bit on the short side. I think altogether it's about 7 hours. I put maybe, well, I played it for about 7 hours to finish. But I thought it was the right length, and I kind of appreciate games that don't go on for forever and don't go on for too long. So yeah, definitely recommend that one. I picked up some NES games. NES is my favorite console to collect for. It's the console that I had as a kid, my first console. And so I decided to pick up some more games on eBay, and Gremlins 2 is a game that I always wanted. A friend of mine had this when we were kids, and I was playing it for a bit at his place, and I thought it's a really nice like top-down Zelda view kind of game. I guess I haven't played this, I haven't tried this yet, and I haven't played it since I was a kid. I think it plays a little bit like, you know, like the top-down view stages in Blaster Master kind of thing. And it's from Sunsoft, so it's the same company, I think, as that made Blaster Master. And I got this on eBay. I think it was including shipping like 12 euros, and I think that's a pretty decent price for an NES game in the box. So happy to get that. Also on eBay I picked up Mission Impossible, and this one I paid €1 for it only, which is surprisingly cheap. And I hear it's supposed to be a pretty good game. I've never played it, and I hadn't really heard much about it before, but I think it plays a bit like Metal Gear on the NES, like a top-down stealth kind of view, kind of game. So for €1, I think that's pretty good. Also, I picked up Legacy of the Wizard, and this game was never released in Europe. So then obviously this is the American NTSC copy. There was an auction on German eBay, and the seller was selling this game, and I was bidding on it, but in the end it went for €12, which was kind of surprising because you can just order this from American eBay sellers and it's half the price. So I didn't really understand why anyone would bid so much for it. So I lost that auction, and I decided to pick it up from an American seller, and I got this for I think around €6 including shipping, which I think is really a good price considering that it's been shipped from the States. And I haven't tried this game out yet, but supposedly it's some kind of Zelda 2 style RPG, I think. So I'm looking forward to try that. Also from eBay I picked up Dragon Warrior 2, and as many of you might know, this also was never released in Europe, so this is the NTSC copy. And this one, actually, I picked it up from a German seller. He wrote that the game was defect and that it was rattling from the inside, and he didn't know what was wrong with it, but he wrote that maybe it can be fixed. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a try, see if I can, you know, get it working. And not many people were bidding for it, so I won the auction for €1.50. And this game goes for a lot more. If you look at the American auctions, I think it goes for I think around 40 euros or something. It's quite a expensive game. So I got it, and it was really rattling really bad. I opened it up, and it turns out that all the plastic on the inside was kind of broken off. And the problem was that the circuit board inside here was not held in place by the plastic, so it was loose. So when you would put it into your console, the circuit board would move and it wouldn't make a connection with the console. So I glued all the plastic pieces back on, and the game worked perfectly after. So it's a really simple fix. And I got Dragon Warrior for €1.50, which is really a bargain, in very good condition as well. And this game plays a bit like the early Final Fantasy games, and I was just playing it for a little while, so I'm looking forward to get a bit more into that. Finally, this is really a good find, even if the condition isn't the best. I went to this. I picked it up at the flea market. I went to the flea market and I was walking around and I saw one of those cardboard boxes with tons of junk in them. It was only half full and seemingly just junk inside. I was about to just move on, but then I thought, okay, I'll have a quick look inside. I flipped some things around, and then I saw 2 NES games lying facing downwards, like that. I was like, oh wow, NES games. I turned around one of them and it was Top Gun for the NES. I turned around the other and it's Little Samson, which is kind of a rare find in the wild. This is a very rare NES game, and it goes for, a loose copy goes for around 50 euros, 60 euros on eBay. Of course this one is probably worth a little bit less because of it's kind of worn. but still, it's a really great find, and I've been wanting to play this for a long time, so finally I can. It's a platformer. It plays a bit like Mega Man. I mean, it's not really anything like Mega Man, but it's supposedly one of the best platformers on the NES. And we've been playing this for a couple of hours, and so far I'm really into it. So really happy to find this, and if you can find it, I would definitely recommend picking it up. And it's probably well, I wouldn't pay 60 euros for it, but you know, it's definitely a game that I would pay like 20-30 euros for it for sure. But I picked up both of those games for 2 euros altogether, so that's really like kind of crazily cheap. And yeah, that's it for my pickups this time. I hope you enjoyed watching, and until next time.